GRMUID 3505, Aldbourne 32, with a historical name Snap Lane, and this is 4,231 metres long.
Junction with 3505 is a about a kilometre long, hard packed gravel trail, fields either side. It's a free flowing trail here, some puddles during the winter, otherwise this part is pretty easy. Bear in mind though, 2/3 of this is a pretty hard section. The trail narrows down to a hard gravel surface. As you come towards the end of this section, this is about a kilometre into it, you can see you turn to the right and you enter the ruttier section. These are deep ruts. Found that quite a lot of the trees and shrubs now have grown into the trail. This will be quite slippery during the winter. Ruts are a bit shallower here, but again you move on through and you can see you've got the ruts cut quite cleanly in the grass. There's an old barn over on your left hand side, and now you've probably got about a kilometre and a half following the base of the hill, which is on your right hand side. Start with some shallow ruts, but then they get quite deep. As you can see, quite deep. Basically when you're in one, you stay in one. Beginners will find this difficult. Again, quite overgrown in places now. Although this is a level trail on the bottom of the hill, it's quite a tiring trail. Opens up somewhat on your right hand side. Again, when this is wet, it fills up quite quickly and can be quite slippery. You're basically heading towards the woods you can see in front of you. As you get close to the woods, the ruts become slightly rougher, and then you enter the woodland area. Again, this section is quite overgrown. Again, quite slippery during the winter when it's wet. Although there's some gravel in the base, it's still quite a hard ride. As you exit the woodland, you'll find that it's quite slippery on the left and right hand turnings. You usually get quite large puddles building up here during the winter. You see the ruts are very deep there. And you open out, and then this section's been filled in with chalk. So again, just need to be careful when it's wet. Again, this is probably about half a kilometre long, fields on your left and right hand side. You eventually come into some more grassy rutted area. You'll come to where there's a junction, crossroads. There's a green lane up on your right hand side, but you carry straight on. This section you have hedge on your left, you have an open fields on your right, and as you end this section you'll turn left, and then there's what I consider to be a really nice climb up through a lovely little woodland area. Quite firm underneath, quite gravelly in places. There are some chalk, so you need to be careful when it's wet, otherwise it's quite a flowing ride up through. Around this first section there's a few roots and it can be quite rutted. You're gradually climbing up through, woodland on your right, fields on your left, walkers. And now it gets quite gravelly, quite stony. The road here carries on uphill. You will come to a bend on the left hand side which you ignore if you're going to continue with this. That's a separate GRMUID. In theory you carry straight on through the field. I don't think many people do that, I don't. So this is from this end, and then from the far end, that's the view looking down through the field.